everyone, it is Tasty Taste from Blood of Kittens, and in this week in tournaments, we're going to talk about Armor of Contempt and how the game is magically now balanced. Well, you can judge that right after this quick intro. Hello and welcome back to the week that was in Warhammer 40k tournaments, where we speed through some winning lists from the previous weekend. Last weekend saw 5 events with at least 5 rounds and 28 players, with 2 major events. Aeldari and Tau led the way with 4 top placings, but the real story is the 6 other factions that were able to score podiums throughout the weekend, with 5 factions getting a boost thanks to the new Armor of Contempt rule. Now let's take a quick sample look at some of the lists that stood out from the 5 tournaments last weekend. Let's get things started with the Frontier Open and second place winner Ben Neal's Grey Knights. Ben's Grey Knights featured your typical fare of Dread Knights and Inceptors, but added a new wrinkle with a Paladin squad. This is a great example of what we should expect to see from lots of armies if they have access to Terminator type units. Thanks to the Armor of Contempt rule, it makes these types of units much harder to remove. Ben's list went 4-1 and went through Storm Surge Tau, Wraithlord Eldar, some more Eldar, Iron Hands, and then finally losing to the first place overall winner with his Drukhari Harley combo list. Next, at the Renegade Spring Up GT, Charlie Andre won the event using new Tyranids by taking a mixed list of all the best Ghiblis. The standout unit was the rarely seen Raveners, who now have 5 attacks, all hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s with Rending Claws, and can easily mow through Armor of Contempt units. Raveners are also great at scoring, as they have the ability to burrow mid-game thanks to their stratagem and are really quick across the board. As it was, Charlie went 5-0 by beating Black Templars, Custodes, Crisis Suit Tau, some more Tau, and a very surprising Lord of Skulls Iron Warriors list. Moving on to the Dawn of Var 2, where R. Varlo scored a 3rd place finish with Thousand Suns. As you might have guessed, R used a lot of Rubik bodies and a block of nigh unkillable Scarab Terminators. Thousand Suns get to stack a few minus AP buffs, making them one of the clear winners of the Armor Contempt sweepstakes. R fought his way through Imperial Guard Scions, Silent King Necrons, Veteran Admech, then he lost to the 2nd place finisher, Grey Knights, and then won his last game once again against Silent King Necrons. Now moving on to the Radicalism Major, we find Dean Sinbeck grabbing 2nd place with his undefeated, all over the place Chaos Space Marine list. Dean had Chosen, Noise Marines, of course cheap Terminators, but what really stood out was his 3 Decimators, which work really well with the Lord Discordant and its +1 to hit buff. This gives the Decimators a really good chance of dealing a crap ton of mortal wounds to any opponent. Dean went 5-0 by defeating Paladin Grey Knights, Blight Lord Death Guard, Rubik Thousand Suns, then Tyranids, and finally Grey Knights again. Finally, we make it to the other major, the Bristol GT, where we saw Vic VJ grab 1st place with a fantastic Aeldari list, going with a custom craft for auto wound 6s and ignoring cover saves. But the real fun tech was bringing back jet bikes with 3 units of Wind Riders, led by also a unit of Shining Spears. The mobility and flexibility of this list was insane. Vic persevered by going 7-0 by winning against Drukhari, a Kroot spam Tau list, some Harlequins, more Aspect Warrior Eldar, then Wraithblade Eldar, then a Harley Aeldari mix list, and then finally he beat Tau. Well, that'll do it for this week. Thanks for watching. Let us pray that this is just the start of a new and improved 40k meta, where we have tons of different armies having a chance of winning. Now don't forget, if you want to see the rest of the top 3 lists in detail, click on the links in the description below, and as always, if you like this content, please comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring that bell. Thanks again.